Good morning. We're here on site, the town of Western Town Park. Let me fix this here. Town of Western Town Park. This is Friday, March 28th, 2025. Now, since that spill happened right here at LifeNet. So I'm Don Peavy. This is Town of Western Civic Affairs, and we're at Spill Cam Central right here in the town of Western in Oneida County, the eastern block of Oneida County. And what we have today is a couple of things going on. We wanted to let the folks in Western know that we do have some activity here at Spill Central. The Spill Central LifeNet Spill Cam is up and rolling for you this morning live on Facebook to allow you to see what's happening at LifeNet on the grounds of the private volunteer fire company of Western. Is property here where they have rented or leased this space to some folks here, LifeNet. This project, of course, approved by the town of Western's town board at your expense, because they would rather have the fire company make $30,000 a year than you as a public to be safe from the kinds of activities that happened here with this spill of at least 300 gallons of aviation fuel on the 5th, at least since that spill occurred. And the DEC has been involved with this. They're following this. So we do have, let me zoom in a little bit to get you some more information here. We've got some action going on right here. You can see there's a new truck. This is LifeNet's Spill Cam, showing you that we've got storage tank 2.0 on rubber, which is another storage tank that they're using in lieu of providing the constituents of the town of Western a professional fuel, aviation fuel storage system, as we brought to you in our flyover with Spill Cam 1 Air, where we showed you the old truck there, the leaking sieve of a tank on rubber that allowed this spill to take place. That is no longer on site, as you can see. It looks as if they traded that into someone for another used truck, because a new tank and a new truck would just be too expensive. And regardless of the safety issues concerning the folks of Western, of course, this organization here looks as if they would prefer to go the cheap route, because it's not their land. They're just leasing it or renting it for $30,000 a year that goes into the pockets of the private volunteer fire company of Western. So, yeah, so that's what we've got today. There was some action. There's quite a few cars here, vehicles here. There's five vehicles here. That's a lot. And of course, I don't think you can miss that pile of K1 aviation fuel soaked soil that is sitting there. And someone told me they might be buying some microbes to throw on top of that that'll eat up that oil or gas, aviation fuel or something, I don't know, gas-eating microbes. They'll eat that up, and then they can just put it back in the ground, I guess. I don't know how they do that. That's not my dig. That's not my thing. I'm not an engineer for how to resolve spill issues like this. But I am a constituent in the town of Western. So that's something for you. Let's see. Of course, that kind of a thing doesn't really matter to the town board. They don't care whether you're a constituent or not. They're just out to do whatever they need to do for themselves, and that's what this is all about. So we wanted to try two things today. So we wanted to make sure you could see this, that they do have something in action, but they still have that huge Kobelco. And if I'm not pronouncing that right, will somebody let me know? Because I don't know if it's Kebelco or Kobelco. I don't know what it is. But anyways, they've got that big excavator, that big thing there. And I don't know if they're going to be digging up more dirt, if they need to get the DEC back in here in order to, test that soil, see what's going on with that, and see if they need to do something else to mitigate that 300 gallons of fuel. In a few minutes, we're going to walk back behind the building here in the canal proper, and we're just going to use our nose to kind of see if we still get that smell of aviation fuel in the air, that sweet smelling fume of what's left from this 300 or so gallons of aviation fuel that was dumped on about where that Kobelco is right now. And of course, most of the snow that the fire department said had mitigated the removal of some of that initial spill. Well, that snow's not here anymore, and I don't know where it went. We've been here quite a bit. I don't think that snow was removed. I think that snow is that aviation fuel laden snow is probably in the ground now with the rest of the fuel that maybe they didn't get out. So yeah, we don't know whether they're going to come back and test the ground to see if now they've got to do additional remediation or mitigation of that fuel spill actually coming as a secondary spill after that snow melt and all of that fuel oil that was held in that snow that the fire department said was a portion of the mitigation that they used to clean up that fuel on the day of the spill on the 5th. Was how that's going to be mitigated. So further, because that was just apparently a temporary solution until it made its way into the ground. So that's that. That's LifeNet. That's LifeNet. They've got their new use of tanker over there, and I guess we'll have to see if that's going to be able to hold that fuel in there for them. Apparently, as we brought to you during our or just after our spill air one cam, the discussions of how they were refueling without the ability to use that old leaking sieve of a tanker 1.0, and how that how they were going to be able to fuel themselves to make this happen. Apparently, it's getting very frustrating for them to have to refuel each time at Griffiths or someplace else on their way back from a trip, and we're not sure whether the DEC said just don't use that old leaking thing there anymore. It's not good for you. It's probably not good for the community. It's probably not good for the ecology in the area here. It's not good for the ground. So they probably suggested that I don't know, that they didn't use it anymore. And so now today it's gone. I mean, they could have just repainted it, but I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is I see another truck there. It's all white. There's no blue on it. So whether it's the same truck or not, we kind of doubt it's the same truck. I don't know whether they would do that kind of thing. And of course, there's no comment from LifeNet and or the fire department. And I did follow up with Chief Anania with the fire department at the meeting Monday. At the meeting on Wednesday, the special meeting of the town board. where they finally decided that it was a positive thing to actually get an attorney to represent the town after 3 months. So that's good. I mean, somebody must have come to their senses, and maybe they woke up last week and said, hey, look, we haven't had an attorney for 3 months. What are we going to do about this? So apparently somebody saw the light, and now they have an attorney as of April 1st. So that's good news. But so the second thing we wanted to do here today was just a little test. We wanted to test out, how because the town park here is a no fly zone with respect to political expression. You cannot at the town of Western Town, you cannot express your political thoughts, ideas, or concerns to the people in the town of Western at the town park, even though it's a public property, and even though for the last 250 to 300 years, people in America have used public parks and the stumps from old trees within those parks to stand on and express their political, religious, or other personal ideas about anything, because that's what America was built on. But not in Western. Western isn't built on that. Western is built on preventing people from speaking in the meetings. It's built on preventing the public from accessing the town park to express their political viewpoints. And therefore, if they're going to do that, they should suppress all viewpoints at the town park except for recreational, because of course the deed restriction on this park, as it was property that was either donated or purchased, that deed restriction says that it can only be used for recreational activities. But what I do know is that the only thing you can do here is recreation. Recreation, that's it. That's all you can do at the town park. However, the town does say that recreation includes religious expression, so you can express your religious viewpoints at the town park here. So if I believe in God, I can say, I believe in God at the town park. And as you can see, nobody has shown up to arrest me for stating that. That's truly amazing, because that's not recreation, I don't think, but maybe it is, I don't know. However, in the town park, the one thing you can't do is express your political views. And so I wanted to try that today, just to see if the town is going to have me arrested for expressing my political viewpoints in the town park. So we did this. Yeah, that's what we did. We did this. So now that this is on the air, and the town knows that I'm expressing my political viewpoints in the town park, we wanted to kind of see first, am I breaking the law? Am I breaking the law to express my political viewpoints at a town park in the town of Western, where the town says I can express my political viewpoints here? Although I can say I believe in God here, and I said that and nothing happened to me. And in fact, now I have a political sign up as well, and that is a political expression. So I'm waiting for the fire department sirens to go off. Maybe even LifeNet will launch their helicopter and get some air views of what's happening as they take me down here for expressing my political views in the town park. I don't hear any noise yet. I don't hear any sirens. There's nobody at the fire department that's coming over to take my sign down. I know there's the state police barracks in Lee. I don't hear any sirens from that. So maybe it takes time. Maybe I have to stay here with my sign overnight in order to see if the town will actually have me arrested for expressing that I'm a Republican and I believe in constitutional values. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in all the amendments. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe that we, the people in the town of Western, have the right to control our destinies, and that those destinies aren't necessarily controlled by the town board, the zoning board, or the planning board. I believe that the people are to be represented in the process that is used in order to build their community to the kind of a community that the people want. Not necessarily what the board believes is right for us, because if there's one thing that can be said about history, that is that it's the individual and it's their free will that determines how they want their future to be. It's not a town board, it's not a zoning board, and it's not a planning board, especially boards like that that have their own agenda and that do not listen to the public, who they are responsible to represent in towns like Western. There are many folks that are underrepresented and have been underrepresented in the town of Western, not only by the town of Western Town Board and their appointed boards, but by the GOP, the Republican Committee in the town of Western. A term that I'll use often is this. If I'm asking someone whether they've heard about anything concerning the Republican Party in the town of Western, my statement is always, it's all quiet on the Western Front. Because in the town of Western, the past has always been to keep the information from the people in the Republican Party, because that keeps those members that are at the top of the Republican Party in the town of Western at the top of the Republican Party in the town of Western. That is the same thing that has been followed for years and years and years in the Oneida County Republican Party. And that's changed. That's a very good thing for everybody that is a Republican in the town of Western, and I believe that's very good for a number of Democrats in the town of Western and Oneida County as well. I think change is good. I think change is positive. I think putting technological advances into place to help the people learn about and understand how their town and how their county works is extremely positive. I think that's positive for everyone, regardless as to whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. So it's been about 10 or so minutes, and I still don't hear any police cars. I don't see any of the town board approaching me. There's nobody coming this way at all. LifeNet's pretty laid back. The fire department doesn't have their siren going off, so it appears that maybe you can speak of political expression in the town of Western at the town park and not be in fear of being arrested by those very folks who tell you that you cannot do that at the town park. Of course, a number of months ago, I believe it was in the fall of 2023, or maybe I think it was maybe later in 2024, at the town hall after a planning board meeting, there were a couple of new folks that were attending the meeting, and they sat down with Pete Donahue Jr., the chairman of the planning board, And Pete Donahue Jr. was explaining to the folks when they questioned whether or not they could speak their political expressions at the town park, they were told quite vehemently that, you just don't have to speak it very loudly. So our question at that point in time is, how loud can we speak about our political beliefs and expressions at the town park in Western? Is it 15 decibels? Is it 20 decibels? Is it 3 decibels? Are we required to whisper if we're talking about political things? But if we say things like, we believe in God, in the town park above 15 decibels, that's okay. You just can't speak of political things in the town park louder than 5 or 10 decibels. So, of course, all of those things are arbitrary processes, arbitrary measures. Those are the kinds of arbitrary activities this town board in Western have applied to their processes in the town of Western for the last 2 years that we've been recording these meetings for you, the public, in the town of Western. That's been a consistent theme since the very beginning, when they made calls to move our cameras, take them away, put them somewhere else. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't record these videos, and then take them home and edit those videos, and then show those videos to the public. That's what the town told us before there were any rules, policies, or regulations in place whatsoever for any filming or recording in town meetings. That was arbitrary. They simply made instant policy based on their own arbitrary decisions at that meeting that those cameras were placed at, simply because they wanted to. That's arbitrary. Now, 2 months later, that changed when they put policy in place that said you can do this, you can't do that, you can do this, you can't do that, and that's okay. But as well, that's an arbitrary process in and of itself, because they want to limit folks' abilities to communicate anything other than what they want communicated in this town. And that's okay, they can do that. They're the town board. The town board can do anything they want if they're not representing the people that they're supposed to represent. So I'm running for town board, and I want to represent the people of Western. I don't want to move into the White House and start making my decisions the decisions of the people of the town of Western, like this town board has done for 30 plus years. This is the people's town. It's your town. You should have a say in every single thing that happens in this town. Am I saying there needs to be a referendum, a town vote on every project that comes through? I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is you, as an individual, should be represented in every decision that's made in this town that impacts the people in any way. And that includes tax dollars, whether it includes planning, whether it includes zoning. All of those things stem from what the people of the town want, not what the board wants for the people. We are free in America for a specific reason, because we have a right as human beings to direct our futures. And that freedom was given to us by many people that fought and that died for that. And I respect that. So this is an important day for many folks in Western, to see that what the town is telling us, that we can't speak as many as millions of people in the past have spoken in town parks, their expressions for their religious and or political views. That is not something that can be taken away from the people simply because the board wants to arbitrarily determine that a restriction for recreation only is to exclude political content, but you can have religious content? I'm sorry, but that's not America. That is this town board pushing your rights to the side for their own political agenda. And that's not the way America works. I think you know that. I think your family knows that. I think your friends know that. And I know that. That's what we want to get back to in the town of Western. The rights and the freedoms of the American people and the participation of the people through representation. Representation of those they elect into positions to represent them. So I'm Don Peavy. I'm at the Town Park in Western, and I'm speaking my political expression here because I'm allowed to. Thanks for joining us today. I enjoyed speaking with you. I hope to talk to more of you in the future as we go through this upcoming 2 months of speaking to you about problems and issues and how we can best solve them for you and maintain the future of the town of Western as a bright place where we can learn from each other and we support our viewpoints across the board. Everyone deserves input. That's what's lacking in the town, and I want to bring that back. I'm Don Peavy. I'm running for town board in the town of Western. Thank you for joining us today.